It's great to have you here. Sorry, let me get that out of my eye. So, welcome to High Performance Live with me, Kayode Kolade. It's great to have you here. If this is your first time being on the show, let me just start by saying welcome, welcome. This is High Performance Live, where we talk about the tools, skills, and strategies to help you and I become those high performers that God has created us to be. And every Friday, usually between 5 and 6 p.m. West African time, I always go live like this here on YouTube. But I'm going live today. Today is Saturday. What happened was that yesterday I was supposed to go live, but I had downtime with my network. So that's why I couldn't come on live, but I said I must still get it done today. I have to do everything to make sure that I'm here to check on you, dear high performer, to find out how you are doing. How was your week? So even though I couldn't make it yesterday, Friday, I said today is another opportunity. No matter what you are doing, get on live and do this. So I'm here checking on you. How are you? How was your week? I hope your week went well. I hope you had a productive and profitable week. I just want to say very big well done to you. Big well done to you. Just like that, we are just few more days to the end of the month of January in the year 2024. Awesome, right? And let me just start by saying congratulations to you for making it through the month, very first month of the year. Congratulations to seeing the second month of the year, because I'm sure by the next time that we're going to be seeing on live like this is already going to be the new month, or the month of February. So let me just start by saying congratulations and happy new month, happy month of January, happy month of February that is coming on soon in the next couple of days. Just want to say big, big, big well done and welcome, welcome. So you know how we do it, right? Every time we come on live like this, we always do our high performance review for the week, which is three things: what we are grateful for the week, the lessons that we learned during the week, and what we are looking forward to in the upcoming week. So I'll start by saying I'm grateful for another opportunity to be here with you. Final live session for the month of January before we kick off a brand new month. I'm so grateful for that opportunity. The lesson that I'm learning this week is how to bounce back, from a financial crisis. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in the next couple of minutes. You want to hang around for that. And then what I'm looking forward to in the new month is the presentation and communication skills bootcamp that I've been talking about for a while. It's coming up in the month of February. Presentation and communication skills is still one of the top most in-demand skills for the year 2024. Be it online or in-person presentations, you need to master this skill of communication. You need to master this skill of influence. And that's what it's going to be about, opening up the boot camp. The first time I'm doing this, a 2-day intensive boot camp to help you master this very, very important skill. And so I'm looking forward to that. I've been talking about it for a while. The month of February is here. I know that many of us were using the month of January to recalibrate, recovery from the holidays, getting back into the groove of the year. There is no more getting back into the groove of the year. The year has already started. It's 1 month down, 11 months to go. This is the time for you to finally get your acts together. This is the time for you to finally get your acts together. We're in a season of learning. We're in a season of wisdom. We're in a season of sharpening our skills and mastery. Be part of that event. So that's what I've been saying. Just type mastery in the comments and I'll make sure that you get the details to be part of that event, or you can DM me on Instagram with the word mastery so that you can be part of that bootcamp to master this very important skill of presentation and communication. So that's my own high performance review for the week. What's yours? What are you grateful for this week? It's the end of the month. I'm sure you are very grateful to God for that. Let me know in the comment section. What is that lesson that you learned this week? Share it with me. And what are you looking forward to in the upcoming week? I would also want to know, what is that goal? What is that target? What is that deadline that you want to meet in the next few days before the month runs out? Share it with me. Perhaps we can put our heads together and see how we can make it happen. I would really, really want to know. So that's it. very, very quickly, like I mentioned, I just want to say thank you everyone that is joining up at the moment. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to have you here. So very, very quickly, how do you bounce back from a financial crisis? That's the topic of our discussion this evening. And let me just quickly start by saying that 2016 was a year of a deep financial crisis for me. Um, my business was struggling. I was in debt, behind on my bills. Everything just looked bleak. Everything just looked dark. As far as I was concerned, life had given me a punch in the gut, and I just couldn't see a way out. And I start by sharing that story because I just want you to know that whatever you are going through in your finances right now, I just want to assure you that you are not alone. I've been there. And I know what might be going through your mind right now is that, Kyle, why are you talking about 2016 is not the same thing as 2024. Things are a lot more challenging now than they were then. I totally agree that this is a totally new landscape. So many things are changing. There's a lot of disruption going on. There's a lot of uncertainty, fear, and worry in the air. One thing that I will always say to you is that anytime there is a crisis, that is the time to return back to the basics. That is the time to return back to the basics. And it's those basics that I'm going to be sharing with you in a couple of minutes. So you want to hang around and, be part of that. I know that this will help you greatly. And at the end of the day, I also just always want to remind you that crisis is not the end. Crisis does not mean that it's the end of the world. End of the world. Chaos does not mean that the world is ending. It just simply means that change is happening. That's just what it means. Another name for crisis is change. Another name for chaos is change. There is always crisis at the curve of change. Anytime change wants to happen, there is always crisis. There is always chaos. So one thing I want you to encourage you is that just have the right perspective, right? Whatever you might be going through right now in your finances, please, I want you to always remember this, that it is not the end. It is not the end. It is just a bend on your journey. And isn't that interesting that just that shift changes everything? From that shift, mind shift from seeing it as the end and just seeing it as a bend changes everything. It just simply means that change is happening. So it's all about coming back to the basics, seeing it with the right perspective, and saying to yourself that, see, it's seasonal. One thing about crisis, one thing about change is that seasonal. Change is the one constant in life. Change is all about seasons. It will definitely pass. Just like every season passes, it will definitely pass. One thing I want to encourage you is that always remember that there are better days ahead. You and I are going to make it through this. There are better days ahead. You and I are going to make it through this. No matter what you may be going through right now, always remember that your future can be radically different from your past or from your present. So I just want to say to you that just stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. I know that right now you feel like everything is so hard, everything is so tight. But I just want to say to you that stay encouraged, stay encouraged. I know that you are saying to me, Kaide, you can't imagine the amount of things that I'm having to grapple with. You can't imagine the amount of things that I'm dealing with. You can't imagine everything that is coming against me. One thing I just want to assure you is that, look, there are better days ahead. Your best days of your life are not behind you. The best days of your life are ahead of you. So it's very, very important. Please do not make permanent decisions about your life and destiny based on temporary conditions. That's just one thing I encourage you. Don't make permanent decisions about your life and destiny based on temporary conditions. One thing I can assure you is that everything that is happening right now is temporary. It will pass. Everything that is happening right now is temporary. It will pass. So stay encouraged. Hold on and stay through it and see it to the end. I believe that it's at times like this that we need to remind ourselves of the infamous words of a man that I respect so much, and you might have heard of that man, and his name is Robert Schuller, the late Robert Schuller. And he has a book on that title that says, "Tough times never last, but tough people do." And so that's all what it's about, that it's time for us to go back to the basics. Right now, I can't imagine, I can't remember, sorry, what year he wrote that book, but it's been a while now. But the truth about it is that that truth is applicable for us today. And maybe that's just what you need, that maybe you may just need to seek out that book and read that book during this time where you are facing this difficulty and facing this challenge and facing this crisis, just to encourage your heart again, just to encourage your spirit again, to remind yourself of that truth that, see, tough times never last, but tough people do. And so that's just my own charge and my own encouragement to you today, that look, it's seasonal, it will pass. The crisis will not last forever, but you will. So stay encouraged, and definitely you will see that crisis turn around. So very, very quickly, 3 phases that everyone and anyone must go through to move from that place of bouncing back from a financial crisis or any crisis for that matter. And those 3 phases are: number 1, the I'm trying to get my thoughts now. And 3 phases that anyone must go through to bounce back from a crisis. And number 1 is I know there's the struggle phase, there's the service phase, there's the, why has the something flown out of my head? The shock phase. Yes, thank you. The shock phase. Thank you. I quickly remembered that. The first phase that anyone must go through to bounce back from a crisis is the shock phase. And just like the name says, this is the phase where most times what happens is that you are in shock of the change that is happening. So change is happening and you are just taken off balance. You didn't expect it. Like many of us are not expecting a lot of the changes that are happening in the world right now. So what happens is that you are in shock. You are not prepared. And everything is just changing so fast, and this is the stage where most times we go into denial. We want to hold on to the past as tight as possible. We want to hold on tight to every semblance of sanity and sameness, even despite the fact that things are changing so fast. And so that's just what it is, that there is and trust me, everybody goes through it. So trust me, you are not alone. This is not it. If you are still in the shock phase, don't get down on yourself. Everybody goes through that phase where you are doing everything to hold on to the past. You hold on to that sense of safety, to hold on to that sense of comfort, because the truth about it is that change is uncomfortable. Change is unpleasant. Nobody really likes to change. Once you can just do plug and play and put it on autopilot, you are happy. That's why you learn how to drive, and then you are on autopilot. You are now driving. You are not thinking about it. You know how to move from your house to the office, from the office back to the house without even thinking about it. You know how to get to the mall from your house and go back to the house without even thinking about it. We love any semblance of sameness there, right? It gives us that sense of safety. It gives us that sense of comfort. And so what happens is that anytime there's a change, there's usually that shock wave that comes across us. And so many times what happens is that it's either we are in denial of the change that is happening, and we're doing everything, to keep up appearances and to prove to ourselves that we are okay, and to prove to every other person that we are okay despite the change that is happening. Or is a time that we probably just lose our heads and, we're just running helter-skelter, making decisions out of panic because we are like, oh, the sky is falling. I'm sure you remember the popular Chicken Little animation, right? That was done several years ago, where he's just running everywhere. The sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Only for them to realize that it's actually not the sky, it's something else, right? And so at the end of the day, that's just what it is, that's the very first stage, the shock stage. Pretty soon, what we realize is that if we're going to make progress, we can't stay at that phase. We need to move to the next phase. We need to move. We need to make progress. And so holding on to the past, staying at the past and holding on to the tombstone of all the things that we're used to is not going to serve anybody. We have to move if we are going to make progress. And that's where we move to the next phase, phase 2, which is the struggle phase. Now, in the struggle phase of a crisis, what happens is that, okay, fine, we are no longer in shock. We have come to terms with the crisis. We have accepted, fine, change is happening. It's happening to everybody. It's not just happening to me. It's happening to everybody, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. It's either I see the change that is happening and allow the change to happen to me, or I strategically position myself to take advantage of this change that is happening. And so usually in the struggle phase, this is where we make the decision to, you know what, okay, now let us engage with the change. Let us engage with the challenge. Let us engage with the problem. No more denial, no more panicking and all that. Let us sit down and confront this thing once and for all. Now, the interesting thing that we discover is that in the process of engaging with the problem, in process of engaging with the challenge, we usually think that that's enough. The big surprise that hits us on the upside of our head is that just because you've decided to engage with the challenge, engage with the challenge doesn't mean that you will automatically qualify for progress or or results or success. The decision to confront with the challenge is a decision to struggle with the change, to struggle with the challenge, to struggle with the crisis. And so that's what happens at the struggle phase. We are struggling with it. It's usually at this phase where we feel like we are doing everything, but we just can't seem to get ahead. We just can't seem to make progress. Every other person are getting the results, but we are wondering, why can't we get the results? And then we are frustrated. We feel sad. We feel envious. This is at this time that discouragement now begins to set in and begins to whisper his seductive words to us by saying, you know what, look, just forget about it. Things are never going to change. If it was going to change, it would have happened for you, right? Has those kind of voices ever come across to you? If it has just typed yes in the chat, where the voice is telling you that if you were going to succeed, you should have succeeded by now. If you were going to break through, you should have broken through by now. If that dream was going to happen, it should have happened by now. Look at that person. They only took 2 years. They only took 3 years, and everything changed for them. They were able to accomplish that big goal they wanted to happen. Look at you. What is happening to you? Obviously, there is something wrong with you. There is something wrong with what you are doing. It's never going to happen. And my own charge and my own encouragement to you is that don't believe the never lies. All those things that tell you that it's never going to change, it's never going to happen for you, it's never going to be different. Those things are the never lies that discouragement seeks to whisper to your heart. One thing I just want to charge you and encourage you is that they are all lies, they are all deceptions, they are all fogs, they are all smoke screens. There is no truth or reality to all those things that you are hearing in your head. The truth about it is that yes, results may be visibly absent, but there are things that are going on behind the scene. In your process of struggling with this challenge, of struggling with this problem, some things are happening. You are being prepared. This is the preparation phase that you are in. You are being prepared for something that is ahead of you. That's what happens. And so don't allow discouragement have the upper hand in this time. Stay encouraged. That place of struggle is where you build strength, is where you build capacity. Because here's what happened. You are being prepared to be more patient. You are being prepared to be more empathetic. Even in your journey, you are being prepared to know how to lead other people. Because here's the thing, if you don't know how to get over yourself in the struggle phase where all those things are coming at you and you don't know how to self-regulate and don't allow those things to get you down, don't allow what people do to you to get you down and get you offended. If you don't know how to self-regulate in this phase, then how are you going to manage a team of 10 people? How are you going to manage a team of 5 people? And some of you, the truth about it is that you are going to be managing a team of hundreds, of thousands. And so that's exactly what is happening. Your heart is being enlarged. Your capacity is being stretched. That's what is happening in the struggle phase. And so you need to see it with fresh eyes. You need to see it with fresh perspective. And just realize that, see, what is happening right now is that you are being prepared. Right now, it looks so tiring, it looks so discouraging because you are trying to raise thousands of dollars and you can't. But the thing about it is that if you give up now, how are you going to know how to raise millions of dollars in the future? So that's what it's about. Your capacity is being stretched as you know how to raise thousands of dollars now. Trust me, the next time when you need to raise millions of dollars, you know exactly what to do. You have been there. So you need to see it like that, that look, this is what is happening. You are being prepared. Your capacity is being enlarged. You are being stretched. Something new is being born. Is being born in you and being born out of you. And just like any pregnant woman will tell you that the time when you are supposed to push is not the time when you throw your hands in the air and like, oh, this thing is just so difficult. In fact, I give up. Two things are going to happen. Number one, the baby will die, and number two, the woman herself will die. So that's the time that she needs to push. It's messy, it's not nice, it's painful, it's excruciating. I'm sure some women I say to you, you can't imagine. You're just running your mouth. I admit, absolutely. I admit, absolutely. And that's what we're saying, that exactly what it is. I can't say verbatim the pain that you might be experiencing right now, but one thing I can assure you is that something new is being birthed in you. And if you give up now, it would have been all for nothing. If you give up now, it would have been all for nothing. And so this is why you can't afford to stop at the struggle phase. We need to move to the next phase, and which is the service phase. Remember, the phase one is the stage of shock. Stage two is the stage of struggle. And then we get to stage three, which is the final stage in bouncing back from any crisis. And that's the service stage. A few days ago, I got an email from somebody. She was replying to one of my newsletters that I sent out, and she said, you know what? The format that you use in your email is so hard to read. Please improve your format so that people can be able to read better the things that you say in your email. And so that was the response she sent to me to a newsletter that I sent, I think maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. And I saw it and I was like, this is interesting. And I immediately replied to her. I said, oh, wow, thank you so much for the feedback. I'll make sure that I increase the front, which is something that I've been working on for a while. Just really trying to get the handle of it, which I'm sure I'm going to be able to get the handle of it in the next email I'm going to be sending. And so that's it. I thanked her for the feedback and sent my reply. And immediately I did that, it just dawned on me as like, oh, Kayode, you are growing. Kayode, you are growing. Something is changing in you, because the old Kayode would have seen that message, would have seen that email. My first instinct, my first thought would have been to blow her off. Not to say anything rude, to say anything rude to her. That's never been my style. But to just be going over and over in my mind of thoughts about myself, and maybe eventually not even replying the message, just ignoring it. Thinking things like, oh, look at this lady, look at what she's saying. Does she know how much effort I put into this newsletter to send it out? Does she know what it takes to stay on schedule, to make sure that a weekly newsletter always goes out on schedule? Does she know how hard I'm working? Does she know the amount of input and effort I'm putting into getting this thing done? And here she's saying to me that she can't read it. They say, who cares if you can't read it? And that's just on a lighter note, but really, really, that's just what it is. That the old me, that would have been my own thought and my own approach to that email. But we thank God for growth, thank God for enlargement of capacity. And for me, that's just what it is. That the person that thinks like that thinks like the old Kayode, what happens is that they are usually at the struggle phase of bouncing back from a crisis. And usually the person that is at the struggle phase, they make everything all about them. They make everything all about them. Oh, nobody sees how hard I'm working. Nobody sees how much input I'm making. Nobody sees how hard I'm trying. Even God knows that I'm trying my best. And usually my response is, yes, God knows you are trying, but by whose standard, right? But by whose standard? At the end of the day, you get to the service phase where you realize that, see, it's not about all this trying and effort and making everything about you. Is that, see, now is the time for progress. Now is the time for productivity. Now is the time for results. Now is the time for progress. Now is the time for productivity. Now is the time for results. And the only way that can happen is by shifting the attention off yourself and shifting it to the people that you serve. Shifting your attention off yourself and shifting it to others, shifting it to the people that you serve. That's what the service stage is all about. If you love God, you will love people. And if you love people, you will care about your work. You will care about how you do your work. You will care about paying attention to the details of your work. That's just what it's about, and it makes a world of difference. It makes a world of difference to realize that, see, it's not all about me, it's not all about you, it's about the people. It's about the people that we serve, and it's coming back to that place of service. It's coming back to that place of service. That's what the service phase is all about. And that's where we begin to realize that, see, if we are now really, really going to serve these people, then we can't make it all about us where, okay, you are not making it all about, oh, this is the thing that I created, I want to force it down the throats of people. It's not going to work. The times have changed. The times of placebos are over. The times of creating placebos are over. Now people are dealing with real stuff. People are dealing with real issues. People are dealing with real challenges. It's coming to that place where we are looking at people and saying that, see, addressing the challenges on the surface level is not going to work out. It's not going to work in this season anymore. It's not going to work in this season anymore because everybody has wisened up. Even if they didn't want to wise up before, the reality of the situation that is happening now has made everybody wisen up, has opened everybody's eyes. Everybody's eyes is almost to the back of their head now. So right now it's about coming up with real solutions to real issues, to the real needs and the real challenges that people are facing. And that's what happens at the service phase. And the only way to do that is to go back to the drawing board and go back with that heart of service. Trust me, the people who are all about the money-making, fast money-making scheme are definitely not going to thrive in this season. It's not, they themselves even know it already. They themselves already know it already. It's only the people with a heart to serve. It's only the people with a heart to serve. It's only the people with the heart to say, okay, how can I come up with the creative solutions to the current issues that are going on around us in the world? And that's just what it is. The place of service is where you say to yourself that, see, all this prayer of, oh God, give me a miracle, give me a miracle, give me a miracle, help me, help me, help me. It's coming back to that place where you say, what is important right now is that how can you be a miracle for somebody else? How can you be the miracle that somebody has been praying for? And the truth about it is that I am the miracle that somebody has been praying for. You are the miracle that somebody has been praying for. How are you strategically positioning yourself to move from that place of being a victim of crisis to that place where you are now an agent of change? To where you and I are agents of change, agents of impact, agents of a difference in our world today. And so that's just what it is. That at our own level, wherever we are, in our spheres of influence, no matter where you are called to. Some of us are called to business. Some of us are called to politics. Some of us are called to the entertainment sphere. No matter the sphere that you are called to, it's about coming to that place where you say, this is not the time to be playing the victim. This is the time to be an active agent. This is not the time to be a victim and to be crying the blues of everything that is happening. This is the time to give people a picture of a preferred future. Because that's what everybody is crying about around us. Everybody is saying that, look, what does the future hold? What does the future hold? They are looking for people who can give them a picture of a better future. And that person is you. That person is you. There is a reason why, there's a reason why you are in that family. There's a reason why you are in that organization. There's a reason why you are in that particular sphere. And I'm here to say to you right now that you are a dream releaser. You are a dream giver. You are a vision painter. You are a dream painter. Go ahead and paint new visions. Go ahead and paint new dreams for people. That's your responsibility. That's my responsibility. That's our duty at this time. And so it's about saying to yourself that, look, this is the time to take the responsibility and be the agent of change in wherever that you find yourself. And so that's just what it is. And the way to do that very quickly, a simple blueprint to be that agent of change, to be that person that serves and makes a difference, to produce the real results that we are looking for, come to that place of productivity and progress in this service stage. Very, very quickly, a simple blueprint that I believe that will help us is this. Number one, decide, make up your mind that you are going to thrive and serve in this time of crisis. It's all about a decision. That's where it starts from. Decide and make up your mind that you are going to thrive, number one, and serve in this time of crisis. Make up your mind to be that person. Make up your mind that you're not going to be one of those people that will be running all around, panicking or keeping up appearances or trying to just hoodwink people and all that just because you want to get ahead and all that, which I definitely know is not you. So make up your mind. You have to come to that place of a decision. You have to come to that place of a decision. I know that right there in your heart, you are sensing it, and that's why you are here on this live session with me. And so I'm just trying to help you to come to that place where you actively decide. You actively decide. I know that fire is in you, that in this time of crisis, you are going to thrive and you are going to serve. The second thing is that, number two, build momentum by taking it one day at a time. That's just what I'm going to say. Take it one day at a time. Don't try and think, oh, so far into like 3 months, into 6 months, into the next, which is very, very important, right, for vision casting. But right now, in terms of execution, in terms of seeing those results, because now we're talking about seeing real results of making progress. Most times when you look ahead and you are not seeing the progress, there's that place where you want to feel overwhelmed. And so what I'm just going to say to you is that resist every temptation to feel overwhelmed in this season. Resist every temptation. When you feel the overwhelming feeling come on you, you know what? Just sit up straight again. Check your even sitting posture. Maybe you're already slouching, and because you are slouching, you are feeling that weight come upon you, and then you are discouraged, you are tempted to put your hand on your cheek and all that. Readjust your position, sit up straight, resist every temptation to get overwhelmed. Just take it one day at a time. Number three, engage with wisdom. Engage with wisdom. This is the season. You need a plan. You need a strategy. This is the season to go all out for wisdom. Go all out for wisdom. Go all out for that better approach in your career and your business. Go all out for that better approach in your career and business because it is available, it is there. And my own charge and my own encouragement for you is that in going all out for wisdom, don't go for wisdom from that place of overwhelm too. Don't go for wisdom from that place of frustration, like, this thing is so hard, this is so difficult. No, you have the wisdom already. It's just that you don't know it yet. That's what I'm going to say to you. You actually have the wisdom already to get ahead in this time. It's just that you don't know it yet. So go after that wisdom from that place of excitement, from that place of enthusiasm, from that place of energy, from that place of gratitude, knowing fully well that you have the wisdom already. It's just that you don't know it yet. Number four is execute with everything that is within you. Execute with everything that is within you. Be determined in your execution. Keep your promises to yourself. That thing that you say you are going to do it. Those ideas that you see, those things, those insights that you get in your pursuit of wisdom from your learning and all that, do it. That thing that you say you are going to do it. Keep your promise to yourself. Don't keep it in your head. It's all about doing. It's all about doing. Execute. Make sure that you execute. The next thing is that reiterate. Try and try again. Refuse to take no for an answer. Refuse to take no for an answer. Try and try again. Do it over and over again. Refuse to take no for an answer. And then finally, emerge as an authority. Emerge as an authority. One thing that I can show you is that the whole idea of this thing is that for you to dominate those same things that used to intimidate you before. And you know that that's your reality. That's the real you. The real you is not the you right now that is feeling intimidated by the things that are happening around you. That's not the real you. That's the false you. That's the false you. The true you, the real you is the person that dominates the same things that intimidate you right now. It's the person that dominates the things that seem intimidating right now. So you need to remember that at the end of the day, you are going to emerge as an authority. You have a voice, you have a message, you have a unique gift for the world. You need to come to that place where you realize that and say that, see, I'm making my commitment to release this voice, to release this gift, to release my essence in this world before I leave this world. And that's just what it is. There is nobody that releases. One thing about an authority is that an authority has a voice. An authority has a message. An authority has a gift, right? When they say somebody is an authority in that field, it means that that person has a special gift in that field. The person is a voice. And so that's just one to remind you that that's who we really are. You are a voice. You have a voice and you are a voice. You have a gift and you are a gift to this world. You are a gift to this world, and you need to come to that place where you know this thing. So it's all about the commitment to say that, see, these things are going to definitely find expression. You are emerging as a phoenix out of this crisis. That's just one thing I want to remind you of, that there is usually no promotion without disruption. It's all part of the process. There is usually no progress without change and the crisis. It's all part of the process. Remember, tough times never last, but tough people do. Tough times never last, but tough people do. This will definitely come to pass. It will definitely come to pass. It's not coming to stay. It's a season. It's a season. Refuse to give up. Refuse to be discouraged. Stay encouraged in this particular season. Follow your blueprint. Don't stay in the shock phase. Don't stay in the struggle phase of the crisis. Come over to the service phase. That's where the things are happening. That's the happening place. That's the happening place. Come over to that place. Follow your blueprint. Follow your blueprint. Make the decision to serve and to thrive. I said make the decision to serve and to thrive. The next one was uh, go all out for wisdom, I think. The whole thing is jumbled up in my head. Go all out for wisdom. Remember to execute, reiterate, and emerge as an authority. It's very, very important. Do all those things. Take it one day at a time. Yes, I remember now. Take it one day at a time, and you definitely begin to see yourself make progress from one level to another in this particular season. And so that's it. How you bounce back from a financial crisis or any crisis for that matter. I just want to say a big thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have any questions, just type them in the comments. I would definitely attend to each and every one of those questions. You are awesome. You are the best. Thank you for staying on with me. Thank you for watching the replay of this video. You remember, you can always send me a DM on Instagram, whatever questions that you have. Don't forget the presentation and communications presentation and communication skills bootcamp coming up very, very soon in the new month. You want to be part of that to achieve mastery. Just send me a DM with the word mastery at Kayode Kolade on Instagram, and I'll make sure that you have the details to be part of that bootcamp. Just want to say thank you. Look forward to all the other great content coming out this weekend, starting from tomorrow. New long form video. Just like I've been saying, please do share this with somebody. Share this video, this live session with somebody. Share the videos that are coming out with somebody. They will really be grateful that you did. I will be grateful, first of all, that you did. And the people that you shared with, they will be very, very grateful. In this particular season, everybody needs that encouragement. Everybody needs that push. Everybody needs that kind word. Everybody needs that reminder that somebody is rooting for them. That somebody is rooting for them. I was listening to Joel Austin yesterday. I just want to share this with you because for me, that was the first time I've listened to a lot of his messages, but that's the very first time I was hearing that particular message. And he was just sharing how he wouldn't have been where he is today as a pastor. And I think the pastor of about the largest church in the United States, if not for the support and encouragement that he had starting out, for the people that believed in him. Somebody that had never preached before, his dad passed. All of a sudden, he now had to become a pastor and started preaching. And he talked about how he knows that many of his messages at the beginning sucked. And I love what he did. I had never seen him do it. He said, I just want to thank you, all you members of Lakewood, for believing in me. And at that moment, he broke down and was actually tearing up right there on stage. Just always say, thank you so much, Lakewood, for believing in me. And he was saying, I don't know why I'm such a crybaby, but I just want to say thank you. And for me, it was so heartwarming. I almost started tearing up too. And just look at how far he has come and all that. And so that's just what it is that he makes said that, see, for you guys believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. I have made that commitment that every drop of greatness that is in you as a church must find expression. I know for me, that's just so powerful that, where you just know you have somebody in your corner, you have somebody that is cheering you on, you have somebody that believes in you more than you believe in yourself. And, I don't know why I'm saying this at the end, but, that's just what it is that, and we all need that reminder that there are people that are praying for you. There are people that believe in you, people that probably believe in you more than you believe in yourself. So you can't afford to give up. You can't afford to lose hope. You can't afford to be discouraged. You need to keep pushing on, because just like they are believing in you, they are giving you the baton so that you can pass on that baton to somebody else to believe in them at that time where they felt like all hope was lost. And so that's just what it is. And that's what this high performance community is all about. That's what the high performance live session is all about, to just remind ourselves that, we've got each other's back. We are in each other's corner. We are cheering ourselves on. We're encouraging ourselves on. Do not give up. Do not give up. Stay encouraged. Keep moving forward. That greatness is guaranteed. That definitely is absolutely guaranteed. Thank you so much. I had a great time. I know that you had a lot of stuff for Saturday, and then you are still here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me let you go. Talk to you soon. Amen. Amen. Rahila, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your week ahead. Have a blessed week ahead. Talk to you soon. Your greatness is very sure.